Hello and a very good afternoon. It's 1 p.m. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. It's time for Verdict 2015. Let's begin with today's Verdict headlines. I'm your host, Frank Perel. Last day of campaigning for phase 3 of polls in Bihar. 50 constituencies in 6 districts to go to polls on October 28th. Campaigning heats up ahead of phase 3. Prime Minister addresses rally in Buxar. He will address another in Siwan. Congress Vice President Rahul to address 3 rallies today. Grand Alliance objects to Prime Minister's Mann Ki Baat announcement, says it is a clear violation of election code to approach EC again. And we bring into the spotlight the Bakra village that has been without electricity since 1976. This village has decided to boycott the elections. Well, it is the last day for campaigning for phase 3 of Bihar polls. Campaigning ends at 5 p.m. today. 50 constituencies in 6 districts will go to the polls in the third phase on October 28th. Voting time in 40 seats is from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Wednesday, while in 10 seats it will take place from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. 808 candidates are in the fray in the third phase, including 71 women. 14 seats in Patna, 10 in Saran, 8 in Vaishali, 7 each in Nalanda and Bhojpur, and 4 seats in Buxar will go to polls in the third phase. RJD President Lalu Prasad's 2 sons, Tej Pratap and Tejasvi Yadav's constituencies, Mahua and Raghopur, respectively fall in the third phase. 81 seats went to polls in the first 2 phases on the 12th of October and the 16th of October. The 4th and 5th phases of polling will take place on November 1st and November 5th. Counting of votes will be on November 8th. Well, joining me for a chat this afternoon to talk about this is Professor Naval Kishore Chaudhary. He's a political analyst joining me from Bihar. A very good afternoon and thank you for joining me on the program, Professor. You know, as far as the third phase of polling is concerned, today is the last day of campaigning. Campaigning will come to an end at 5 p.m. What are the things to look out for in the third phase?
Good afternoon, Mr. Pereira. This is going to be a very decisive phase for both the major alliances, the NDA and Grand Alliance, insofar as this is going to decide largely the outcome of the polls. As you are aware, the last few weeks, 2 issues have come up in a big way which have a bearing on the polling. These issues are reservation issue and secondly, the question of backward versus forward. You would note that yesterday, the Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, took care of these issues and clarified the stand of BJP on these 2 issues. He categorically said that there was no question, there is no question of revisiting reservation provisions for SC, STs and OBC. In fact, he said nobody can snatch away these benefits, reservation benefits from the SCs, STs and backward classes. Second issue which he clarified is this, that he himself comes from economically backward community.
Right.
And therefore, it is wrong to presume that BJP, when it comes to power, would tamper with provisions, including reservation, for the backwards. And he also referred to his modest origins. All that. So you can understand these issues have a bearing on the poll outcome. And the fight is very tough and both sides are campaigning. So far Buxar is concerned, Siwan is concerned. These 2 constituencies are one of those constituencies which have lagged behind in development.
Indeed.
You are right when you say that these are the areas which go without electricity and many other infrastructural benefits. And these are going to have some impact on the polling when it comes 2 days later.
Would you still say that it is neck and neck between the Grand Alliance and the NDA, or does one alliance have the edge over the other?
Fight is really tough, and my understanding of the situation is that NDA had a slight edge earlier, but with these issues of reservation, backward forward question has come in a big way. Caste being a very real thing for Bihar, it has polarized the Bihar society into two parts, backwards and forward. In fact, the strategy of the Grand Alliance has been to divide the society into two camps. And certain other issues, including General B.K. Singh's remark on the incident, unfortunate incident which took place in Haryana, has also done some damage to NDA's prospects. So the budge is that probably Mahagathbandhan, that is Grand Alliance, is going to benefit from these utterances, and probably the edge has reversed. But it is very difficult to say at this moment whether any one side has a clear advantage.
Right.
The fight is really tough, and the public perception is this, that this fight is going to be neck to neck, and the coming phases, the 3 phases, are going to decide the outcome of the polls.
All right, Professor, do stay with us. I'm going to come back to you later on in the program to get a reaction from you from another story that we're tracking here as well. In the meantime, of course, the Prime Minister addressed a rally in Buxar a short while back. Today, he is slated to address another rally in Siwan. The 2 rallies come a day after his public addresses at Nitish Kumar and Lalu Yadav's home turfs. Polling in Buxar will take place in the 3rd phase on the 28th of October, while Siwan goes to polls in the 4th phase on November 1st.
और नीतीश बाबू कहते हैं हम यहां के युवक युवतियों को कंप्यूटर देंगे, कंप्यूटर। ये बिना बिजली को कंप्यूटर क्या करेगा, जरा ये तो समझाओ लालू जी। और नीतीश बाबू, आप जो कंप्यूटर देने की बातें करते हो, बिहार के नौजवानों को पूरी तरह पता है कि आपके कंप्यूटर में तो लालू वायरस लगा हुआ है, लालू वायरस।
Meanwhile, of course, post his Mann Ki Baat address on radio, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was heard in person at a series of venues in poll-bound Bihar on Sunday. He took on the Grand Alliance leaders Nitish Kumar and Lalu Prasad on their home turf in Nalanda and Chhapra. Let's listen in to what he had to say.
After a brief gap, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was back in Bihar on Sunday, with 4 back-to-back rallies in Chhapra, Hajipur, Nalanda and Patna, and a 9-point vision for the state.
भारत का सदियों तक मार्गदर्शन करने वाली बिहार की धरती के लिए हमारा 3 सूत्री कार्यक्रम है। बिजली, पानी, सड़क। बिहार के युवकों को पढ़ाई, बिहार के युवकों को कमाई, बिहार के बुजुर्गों को दवाई।
Reaching out to the backward classes, the Prime Minister made an attempt to clear the air on reservation.
मैंने गरीबी देखी, मैंने पिछड़ापन देखा है। इस परिस्थिति में कैसे गुजारा करना पड़ता है, इसके दर्द को मैं जी चुका हूं, और इसलिए उनकी रक्षा के लिए बाबा साहब आंबेडकर ने जो दिया है, उसको कोई हाथ नहीं लगा सकता है।
Sparing no punches, Modi targeted his political rivals, warning people against what he called the regressive agenda of Lalu Yadav and Nitish Kumar.
ये 18वीं शताब्दी की सोच लेकर के 21वीं सदी का बिहार बनाया जा सकता है क्या? क्या जंतर मंतर से बिहार बनेगा क्या? ये क्या बर्बादी का चमन चल रहा है भाइयों बहनों? और इसलिए मैं आज आपके पास आया हूं। इसलिए मैं आज आपके पास आए मेरे भाइयों बहनों, बिहार को ये 18वीं शताब्दी की सोच से मुक्ति दिलानी है, आधुनिक दिशा में जाना है। हमें जंतर मंतर नहीं चाहिए, हमें तो कंप्यूटर चाहिए, कंप्यूटर चाहिए।
With 17 rallies cutting across constituencies that go to polls in the next 3 phases, Modi is expected to energize the campaign for the BJP over the next 6 days.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi came down heavily on his political opponents for deluding the voters and spreading rumours that the BJP plans to scrap the reservation policy. He was equally unsparing to Nitish Kumar and took jibe on him for meeting tantrics. Trying to drive home a point that the BJP is synonymous with development, he reiterated that the people of Bihar have to decide whether they want Jungle Raj or Vikas Raj. Reporting from Nalanda with camera person Saroj, I am Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
Well, it's time for a short break now, but on the other side, the Grand Alliance Grand Alliance is miffed with the Prime Minister over his Mann Ki Baat. We'll tell you about it. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Tales that inspire, stories of social change. A salute to diversity, promoting public discourse. Events that motivate, inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries every Friday at 10:30 p.m., Saturday 12:30 p.m. and Sunday at 1 p.m.
The splendid, grand and massive neo-Buddhist copper dome of the Rashtrapati Bhavan. It gets its influence from stupa at Sanchi. The dome is more than twice the height of the rest of the building. The reinforced concrete shell of the outer dome began to be formed during the beginning of 1929. The last stone of the dome was laid on April 6, 1929.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha Television. Well, the Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi hit the campaign trail in Bihar today. He addressed 3 rallies today. He's slated to address one, of course, later in the day. All his rallies are for places that go to polls in the 4th phase on November 1st. Rahul addressed a rally in Bagaha in West Champaran earlier this morning. That will be followed by a rally in Areraj in East Champaran in a short while from now. And the last one for the day is in Riga in Satamari at 2:45 p.m. Meanwhile, Bihar's Grand Alliance partners JDU and Congress have charged Prime Minister Narendra Modi with violating the Model Code of Conduct by announcing abolition of interviews for Group D, C and B non-gazetted posts in central government from January 1st, claiming it was intended to put out an end to the reservation policy. The JDU said that the announcement made at a time when Bihar Assembly polls are underway would in effect lead to effective implementation of RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat's call for a review of the reservation policy. The party also accused Modi of violating the model code by speaking on his Mann Ki Baat radio program about his plans to visit B.R. Ambedkar's London home during his upcoming visit to the UK so as to reach out to the SC/ST voters in the state. Now, the JDU also accused the Election Commission of going soft on the BJP and the Prime Minister. The Grand Alliance had petitioned the poll panel earlier this month seeking a ban on live telecast of Modi's election rallies on days when polling is held in the state. It had also sought a ban on his Mann Ki Baat address, contending that he would try and influence voters through it. The party plans to complain to the Election Commission again.
मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, दीपावली के दूसरे दिन मुझे ब्रिटेन की यात्रा पर जाना है। मैं इस बार ब्रिटेन की मेरी यात्रा के लिए बहुत रोमांचित हूँ और उसका एक विशेष कारण है। कुछ सप्ताह पूर्व मैं मुंबई में बाबा साहब आम्बेडकर के चैत्य भूमि के पास एक भव्य स्मारक का शिलान्यास करने गया था और अब मैं लंदन में, जहाँ डॉक्टर बाबा साहब आम्बेडकर रहते थे, वो घर अब भारत की संपत्ति बन गया है, 125 करोड़ देशवासियों का प्रेरणा स्थान बन गया है।
मॉडल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट का उल्लंघन है। 16 अक्टूबर को कांग्रेस, आरजेडी और जेडीयू के वरिष्ठ नेताओं का एक प्रतिनिधिमंडल मुख्य चुनाव आयोग से मिला था, जिसमें उन्होंने आश्वासन दिया था कि इसका दुरुपयोग चुनाव के अवसर पर नहीं किया जाएगा।
Well, joining me for a chat right now, still with me on the program, is Professor Naval Kishore Chaudhary, political analyst from Bihar. Professor, as far as the Grand Alliance is concerned, they've gone to the Election Commission once before regarding the Prime Minister. They're planning to take up the issue with the Election Commission yet again, as far as the Prime Minister's Mann Ki Baat program is concerned, and they also have a couple of other issues as far as the Prime Minister's rallies in Bihar are concerned.
While Election Commission will pronounce its judgment this time also, as it has done earlier, my take on this issue is that probably Grand Alliance is overplaying this issue. If the Grand Alliance's contention is accepted, then the country will come to a halt, to a stop. You know, this is a great country, a big country, and there are many states which go to polls not at one time. They go on different dates. Now, if this contention of Grand Alliance is accepted, then no foreign visit can take place by any Prime Minister. No policy decision, international or national, can be taken at any time. This is something which cannot be accepted. My view is this, that some of these issues are well decided in advance. Now at this time, raking up these issues and trying to halt these programs would not be in the interest of the country, and this kind of a politics is better not undertaken by any party, including Grand Alliance.
You know, talking about the Election Commission, I want a word from you on the Election Commission's performance thus far in the Bihar polls. Do you think that they have done a good job? Do you think that more needs to be done to ensure that free and fair polling takes place?
Not only Election Commission has done a good job, it has done a very good job. I have gone to some places where polls have already been held, and I had talks with people entrusted with this job. I'm talking of the officials in North Bihar, and my understanding is, on the basis of my visits and on the basis of information which I have, that Election Commission has not been able to conduct elections free and fair. But this performance is incredible in this time, and Election Commission must be congratulated for its performance. And no party can really have a grievance against Election Commission in so far as conduct of free and fair elections in Bihar is concerned. Election Commission must be complimented for how it has undertaken the job and how it has finally performed the job. So far as this violation of code of conduct is concerned, this charge is leveled by parties against their rivals. This is very natural, but the sum and substance is this, that there are no serious charges and there are no serious punishments meted out to any of the political parties by the Election Commission. Election Commission has taken cognizance of some of these violations, and I think in course of time, Election Commission will pronounce its judgment and take its call. But in general, Election Commission has done its job, which must be complimented, and this will go another milestone in the progress of conducting elections in this country, which has been widely acclaimed all over the world.
All right, Professor Chaudhary, we'll have to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us on the program and putting things into perspective for us. It's time for a short break now, but much more lined up for you on the other side. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Get live Rajya Sabha session. News, views, reports and analysis you can trust on social media. Subscribe, follow, like Rajya Sabha Television.
बीते कुछ महीनों में ये धारणा आम हो गई है कि भारत में सहिष्णुता खत्म हो रही है।
ये पहली बार है जबकि कभी किसी लेखक को गोली मारी गई।
आज हमें जो लोग सिखा रहे हैं कि राष्ट्रीयता क्या है, हिंदू होना क्या है, कौन अधिकार आपको देता है?
जहाँ तक सहिष्णुता की बात है, हम देखते हैं कि सड़क पर कार से मोटरसाइकिल टकरा जाए तो वहाँ पर मारपीट हो जाती है।
ये जो हल्ला बुल्ला आप देख रहे हैं, बहुत सारा ये राजनीति से प्रेरित है।
The word political belongs to us. When we vote, because we are in a democracy, we are committing a political act.
देखिए सरोकार सिर्फ राज्यसभा टेलीविजन पर।
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha Television. Well, Kalyan Bigha in Bihar's Nalanda district is not an assembly constituency, but evokes a lot of interest during elections. It is famous since it is the ancestral village of Bihar's Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. While many praise Nitish's contribution in Bihar's development, there are others who look up to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Kriti Mishra brings you this ground report.
Kalyan Bigha is a small village in Bihar's Nalanda district that can be reached through paved roads. While other villages struggle to get basic amenities, Kalyan Bigha houses a 20-bed hospital, a double-story high school and an ITI. There is a shooting range too and a temple near an artificial pond. The village also gets uninterrupted power supply most of the time, and there's a continuous supply of water flows through taps from a high reservoir. Voting for Nitish is a foregone conclusion for many of the locals.
हम नीतीश बाबू के वोट देते हुए आ रहे हैं, आज तक देते रहेंगे और जिंदगी भर जब तक जिंदा रहें जब तक वोट इनका देता रहे और हमारे लिए सब कुछ बना दिए इन्हें, कोई चीज का कमी है हम लोग को नहीं। सिटी रेंज बन गया, हाई स्कूल बन गया, हॉस्पिटल बन गया, बिजली आ रहा है, पानी पी रहे हैं और हम लोग के क्या गरज है।
There are many young voters who say they won't vote for Nitish this time due to his alliance with the RJD. Youth feel that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi is most likely to meet their aspirations. They believe that having the same government at the state and centre will ensure coordinated governance and employment.
मोदी ने हम लोग को नौकरी का वादा किए हैं तो वादा किए हैं नौकरी देंगे, तो ऐसा थोड़ी है मोदी को वोट जरूर देंगे, ऐसा नहीं है। हम क्या सब साथ मिल के देंगे, ऐसा थोड़ी है। मतलब पूरा गांव मिल के देंगे, ऐसा थोड़ी है। जो जिसको मतलब कि नौकरी देंगे उनको वोट देंगे।
Nitish may have seen a quantum leap in his 3-decade-old political journey, but his humble background is reflected at his ancestral village.
उस साल में 3 बार तो जरूर आते हैं। अपना उनका निजी कार्यक्रम है, पिताजी और माताजी, जिससे पिताजी वाला 29 नवंबर और 1 जनवरी को माताजी वाला है और 14 मई को पत्नी का पुण्यतिथि पर के शुभ अवसर पर आते हैं। और आने पर चुनाव का माहौल तो ऐसे भी बना रहता है उनका, बहुत इधर महत्व उनका है साहब का। और ऐसे भी आते हैं, कोई कार्ड भी देता है तो शादी ब्याह में भी आते जाते रहते हैं।
Complaints galore, praises galore in the ancestral village of Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. Like seasoned politicians, villagers are talking about Bihar model of development versus Gujarat model of development, Bihari versus Bahari. But a very pertinent question arises here. Why Kalyan Bigha's model of development couldn't be replicated in other villages of Bihar that are vying for development for ages now? Reporting from Kalyan Bigha, with camera person Saroj, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
Well, 85 kilometers from state capital Patna, Bakra village is boycotting the state elections this time, and with good reason. The village has been without electricity since 1976. It It had power, but just for 2 years, from 1974 to 1976, when the floods swept the electricity poles away. Here's more.
Sudarshan got this fan as a marriage gift 5 years ago, but it's never served as a respite from the sweltering heat. Although Sudarshan feels it serves as a good decorative piece in the house.
हमारे गांव में ना लाइन है ना रोड है। हमारे घर में ये जो पंखा टंगे हुए हैं शोपीस है, यानी इसका कोई यूज नहीं है। हम लोग बस शौक से टांगे हुए हैं कि कब लाइन आएगा कि हमारे गांव में लाइन जले। और हमारे क्षेत्र के जो नेता हैं एकदम बेकार हैं।
Welcome to Bakra, where people go to bed at 7 p.m. because there's little else to do. The villagers had their hopes high in 2007 when the state government installed new poles. But it turned out to be a false alarm.
जिस समय हमारा उम्र 7-8 साल का था, उसी समय हमने लाइन को देखे। माँ बाप के समय में आज तक हम लाइन नहीं देख पाए हैं। इतना उम्र 40-45 वर्ष का उम्र हमको 50 वर्ष का हो गया।
When the sun sets, villagers bring out their kerosene lamps, diyas and candles. Children find it difficult to study because the carbon burns their eyes after a while.
आँख दर्द देता है और स्कूल जाते हैं तो मास्टर याद नहीं रहते तो मास्टर नहीं पूछते हैं तो नहीं याद रहता है तो मारते पीटते हैं.
No electricity, of course, means no water either. Not only that, the kilometer-long road leading to the village has not had repairs either. Political parties are, however, not letting up on spinning promises.
जो भी काम पूरा नहीं किए, जैसे बिजली, रोड, पानी, हर चीज हम पूरा करेंगे.
बिजली का ठेकेदारी जो करते हैं कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो गया बहुत पहले. संवेदक द्वारा बिजली हर गांव में लगाया जा रहा है. हो सकता है बकरा आपके देख के बकरा पीछे हो, वहाँ संवेदक काम करेगा, काम कर रहा है.
With successive government failing to honor their promises, the villagers have decided on more affirmative action this time. They will be boycotting the electoral process.
The BJP or NDA alliance says development for all. The Grand Alliance or JDU says electricity for all if voted to power. Promises galore. But people in Bakra are only waiting to see whether these words would actually translate into actions ever. Reporting from Bakra with camera person Saroj, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
Well, that's it on this edition of Verdict 2015. Have a good day.